Most couples applying for a UK spouse visa expect to wait, but what they don't expect is how that waiting puts a strain on their relationship, ruins job opportunities, and creates months of emotional limbo. And here's the confusing part. Those same couples are often told that paying extra for super priority isn't worth it. But that advice only makes sense when you ignore the absolutely huge costs of waiting. My name is James from Together Against Solutions, and in this video, I'll show you why super priority isn't just a faster option, and how it saved me and my partner. Let's start with the biggest myth. People think that super priority is just paying to skip the line. Why waste up to £1,000 when you'll get the same answer eventually? That's what plenty of people said to me, and that's what plenty of people say online. And that's what me and my partner believe too. The first time we applied, we didn't pay for super priority. We applied from abroad, and we thought, there's no need. We've done everything right. We've filled out all the forms. The NHS fee was already huge. Let's save some money. So we submitted the standard application, and we waited, and waited, and waited. Let's look at the example of one couple. Say their names are Anna and Ben. They were living apart. She was in Manila, he was in the UK. They submitted everything, all their documents. They triple-checked their documents, they paid their fees. But when 3 weeks turned into 2 months, and 2 months waiting turned into 4, their wedding plans fell apart. They missed important family occasions. Anna lost a job offer. And they started fighting about things that had nothing to do with the visa, but everything to do with their distance and uncertainty about their future. In fact, their relationship almost ended, not because of a rejection, but because of waiting. Now, ask yourself, for Ben and Anna, was saving £1,000 worth that cost? During the waiting time, you're frozen. You can hope your application comes in the minimum time, but you can't be sure. Neither can you plan travel, you can't sign a lease, you can't start work, you can't start looking for housing, and the emotional pressure builds slowly until it feels like your life is on pause, but the world keeps spinning on without you. That's what me and my partner lived through. If you're in that space now, wondering whether to wait it out or go for the fast track, my quiz will help give you clarity. It's fast, it's free, and it might save you from 6 months of second guessing. The link is below. I remember, one night, I was sitting alone staring at my phone, refreshing my email every 10 minutes. It had been about 11 weeks since me and my wife had applied. There was no update. We were having the same conversation for the third time that week. Me and my partner were having the same conversation for the third time that week. What if it doesn't come this month? What if it takes 6 more? And in that moment, I realized we didn't just need the visa faster, we needed certainty. So in a way, that's what super priority gives you. Not just speed, but relief from the spiraling thoughts. You submit today, and within a very short time, usually 2 days, you know the answer. That emotional bandwidth that you were using to guess, worry, plan, and replan, you get all of it back instantly. You can buy a plane ticket. You can start your new job. You can stop checking your email 20 times a day. Super priority isn't buying speed. It buys momentum and the difference between waiting to live and starting to build a life together. Now let me tell you about another couple. Say their names are Fatima and Tom. They were newly married. Fatima had already moved out of her apartment in Morocco, and their entire life was waiting on this spousal visa. Tom was super anxious, and Fatima was scared to commit to anything without clarity. They reluctantly paid the fee for super priority, and the next day they had their approval. Within a week, Fatima had landed in the UK. Within a month, she started a new job. 6 months later, they were searching for a flat together. This couldn't have happened on a standard timeline. And they didn't lose 6 months of their life to uncertainty and waiting. They started building their future immediately. If you're wondering if you should pay for super priority, take the free quiz that I made. It will give you a score in 2 minutes. You'll know how strong your application is, and whether fast tracking or not is a smart move. Check out the link below. I used to think that the super priority fee was just an expensive add-on. It is annoying, it is expensive, but now I think of it as a filter. It forces you to ask, are you confident enough in your application to want an answer tomorrow? If the answer is yes, then do it. If it's not, then you've uncovered something perhaps even more valuable. You're not ready. And you need to fix that before submitting your application. Either way, the value of that decision is massive. So therefore, super priority isn't just a fast button. In a way, it's a tool that can help you bring clarity, confidence, and control back to your relationship during what can be the most uncertain season of your life. I've never once heard a couple say that they regret using the super priority, but I've heard dozens of couples say, we regret waiting. Because what couples and what you really need isn't just a faster answer. You need a certainty, and you need it now, before life gets built around maybes or perhaps. This is exactly what I help couples with Together Again Solutions. If you want my 3-step system for a faster, cleaner, rejection-proof spouse visa, start with the quiz below and I'll send you the guide. So here's the truth. If you're ready and you can afford it, super priority is worth every pound. But here's the thing. Speed doesn't matter if your documents aren't right. Before you even think about super priority, you need to be sure that your case won't be rejected in record speed. There's no point wasting that money. That's why, in another video, I break down the most common mistakes that even ready couples miss and how to catch them before you submit that application. Watch that video now. It might save you from a fast rejection